Hey guys, it's Halla. Welcome back to another Conquering College video. In this video, I'm going to talk about touring colleges, what you should do before, during, after, and what you should do with the information you receive while you're on the tour. A little disclaimer about this video is that I will be talking about my experience with these certain colleges. I will talk general at first, and so you can get the information you need specifically, and then if you don't want to hear about my experience, you can just click off the video if you really want to. I will start by telling you how I decided what colleges I wanted to visit and what I did to go and visit them. In my previous video, you saw that I ranked the colleges that I was considering and I listed the price for all of them. If you didn't, go watch my other video, it'll explain it a little bit more. What I did to decide is I looked at all the colleges and I decided how long it was going to take there. Is it just a day trip? Is it like a multiple night trip? Or what I needed to do to actually get there, and then how much it was going to cost. And then I also looked at which colleges I was very serious about, which ones I definitely wanted to go to, and then other ones which I didn't really want to go to, and then the ones that were like in between where I was considering them, but I wasn't really sure until I visited the campus. Once you decide that, you can go on their website and sign up for a specific day. When it's the day of your college visit, prepare for the weather. I went in summer, it was so hot. I was dying. Bring a snack, bring a drink. Now you're ready for your college visit. And now you will go on your college visit whenever you go. And then after, I actually have a paper that my teacher gave me that's like specifically, it says college visit pros and cons worksheet. It's by Pearson Education. If I can find a link to it, I will put it in the description. However, you can just make your own if you really want to, but this does have a lot of questions that like you wouldn't really, some of them you wouldn't like consider. I personally am just filling out this pros and cons list for my teacher because I have a specific class called Transitions dedicated to applying for colleges. I, however, will make a Google Doc that has a pros and cons list of each college on it once I visit them. I would recommend doing this as soon as you get back from your college visit or even on your college visit, because then you won't forget any information, and if it's not in the little booklet thing that they give you when you get there, then you can just have it right down in your notes. That's all I have for touring. Now I'm gonna get into like my personal experience portion, vlog, whatever you want to call this part. If you want to not watch this, that's fine with me, whatever. If you do, cool. I'm gonna tell you how I picked the colleges that I wanted to tour, what I thought of the ones that I visited so far, and then at the end will probably be the vlog part. On my list that you saw in the last video, the colleges that I had were U of M, Western, UCLA, UCSD, Virginia Commonwealth, Washington University at St. Louis, MSU, UC Berkeley, NYU, Lesley University, and Pace University, and California State University, Fullerton. I was obviously not considering all 12 colleges to go visit, but however, so the ones that I had chosen were University of Michigan, Western, NYU, Pace, and Lesley University. So far, I have only visited 2 colleges. I have visited Western, which is my safety school if I don't get into any of the other schools, and U of M, which is my top school out of all of them. In August, I am going to Pace, Lesley, and NYU to go tour. First, I'm going to talk about Western. I originally chose Western because they had a good medical school, but it turns out that that's not what I'm doing. But they also have a good women's and gender studies program, and they have an LGBTQ plus minor, which is now what I want to study. So it was nice. I'm fairly confident that I will get into Western. I'm gonna say that and then I'm not gonna get into Western, but like, it's how I feel. So at Western, you get this bag. It's a reusable bag. It's great. Maybe use it for groceries. You get a family guide, a specific pamphlet for what college or school you're going into, or you would go into there, because you like pick it when you make your tour. So I'd be going into the College of Arts and Sciences. A map, which is very important. Always keep your maps, people, in case you, one, get lost, or two, end up going there and get lost. And overall statistics for their school that also has the majors and housing prices, kind of like the general information that you would like really need and want to know. And then a housing option pamphlet thing and a student life pamphlet. Western wasn't actually too bad. I visited there once before I went this past time. The first time was okay. It was with school, so I like wasn't really paying attention a lot. So it wasn't like that interesting. However, the second time I did actually like it. It's obviously not my top school. I would like something a lot more in the city. However, I mean, it's a great school no matter what. I don't want to like talk bad about any of these colleges. I'm just going to give my honest opinion. I really like how they touched on diversity and inclusion. That is very important for me. And also, they have a gender inclusive housing. It is like really far like off. It's not off campus, but it's like really far that way on campus. So that's kind of not fun, and they're not in the new dorms that we visited, so I didn't get to see where I would actually live, but that's okay. When I visited the first time, I did go to their dining hall, and it was okay. Like, they didn't have a lot of options for me. I don't know if that's because it was just like summer, or if because they don't have a lot of options. They say they have options, but you know, I don't really trust schools having vegan food. I think that's all for Western. Like, it was nice, lots of walking, kind of hilly. On to the next school. I do have some vlog footage from this one because I forgot to film the first time, and then I kind of forgot to film the second time. I filmed on my phone, but I keep forgetting my camera. Like, I will bring my camera to New York. I promise. I promise. But I, however, did not bring it to U of M. In U of M's bag thing, you get this nice little packet. You get a pamphlet for what college you'll be going into. I'll be going into the LSA. I'm back. My memory card died. I forgot where I was. I mean, my videos are a mess like usual. You should know this by now. Anyways, you get this pamphlet which has a map. Told you I couldn't talk today. A map and a bunch of other information about the school. As for U of M, I really liked it. The dorms are so nice. Like, I don't know why I was expecting them to be bad. I mean, I shouldn't, but like, I guess I just have really low expectations for the dorms. They're so nice. They're like ginormous. The bathrooms are clean. We love that it's in the middle of the city, super diverse, lots of vegan food around. I don't really think I have the grades, but also I don't think my grades matter as much. I think that my extracurriculars should matter a lot more, and also I feel like U of M is just where I belong. I've heard so many people when talking about U of M saying how accepting and how like prominent the LGBT community is, and that's something that's really important to me, and I really think that I can like find my people there and I can actually feel at home there. That one is my top school, but I might not get in. Like, I'm not like pretty sure I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna do everything possible I can to get in there because it's where I really want to go. Once August rolls around and I finish touring my schools on the East Coast, I will have another sit-down portion after this. Let's just move into the next part of the video. As you know, I went to the East Coast to visit Leslie Pace and NYU, and lots has changed since the last clip. I'm just... I will start with Leslie since they're the first college that I visited. To start, they give you just this packet. It has a bunch of information and statistics and, you know, everything you really need to know. It also comes with an application checklist, a scholarship opportunity sheet, and also a sheet about which major you have. Leslie was very interesting and different than I expected. Their campus is obviously not enclosed, and then it has like 3 separate spots. Up here is Porter, and that's where the graduate school is at. Right here is Doble, where the art school is at, and then right here is Brattle, where like you would sign in for like the tour and stuff, like admissions and different stuff like that. The buildings are really interesting because they're all kind of like houses, so they feel very homey and very small and very close-knit. One of the things I really enjoyed about Leslie was that they use pronouns, like they ask pronouns. They're very progressive in that way, and I really like that about them. They didn't focus a lot on their academics, and the campus is kind of spread out in a way. I really did enjoy the classrooms though. They're very discussion-based, and they were talking about like their class format and stuff, and I thought that was really interesting. Overall, there is lots of good things and some things that weren't the best, but I still did apply. Now let's move on to, I think I visited NYU next. Now we're going to NYU. NYU just gives you this like pretty hefty, nice packet or booklet. I don't even know where to start with NYU. Besides that, I love it there. I genuinely felt at home at NYU, and they have exactly what I want to study. Like, it's gender and sexuality studies for their major, and then I would probably minor in communications. The tour was awesome. They used pronouns, and my tour guide was non-binary, which helped so much. Like, I just saw my community there, and it was just amazing. NYU has so many opportunities besides just being like in New York City, which has a lot of opportunities inside itself, but like the school specifically, you have to study abroad, and that is something I want to do anyways. I talked with my tour guide about their experience with being non-binary and like gender-inclusive housing and how that works, and they offered me a lot of insight into that, and I really appreciated that because that's something that's really important to me, but I couldn't really ask at other schools because people obviously weren't non-binary, or at least my tour guides weren't. It is my top school, like it's the hardest to get into, but obviously there are downfalls, such as the price being the biggest one. I'm not really sure if a lot of my credits will transfer, but we'll see about that. I've been trying to figure that out to see which ones will transfer, which ones won't. Next university I visited was Pace. They gave you a little pamphlet booklet thing with statistics. They give you a guide to applying and like deadlines and stuff like that, which is also really helpful, so you don't have to look on their website every time you want to like check out a deadline or whatever. Another thing that I appreciate them giving me was this major outline. At Pace, they didn't introduce pronouns. Their presentation was also very cookie cutter. I thought the facility was very like nice and clean though, which was good, and the dorms were like pretty big. Like, I wasn't really expecting them to be that big because it's New York and everything is like... My tour guide didn't really talk a lot about the food, so I'm not really sure about the food situation. At NYU, they did talk about the food, that they had options or whatever. But at Pace, like, I think they said they had options. I looked on all their websites, so they should have some, but, you know, they weren't like, OMG, the food is so good, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, that is all the schools I visited. I will make another video about, like, applying in the Common App and just the whole application process, so that will be my next video. I literally cannot make a video without switching, like, a clip from a different time or a different day. As always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That would mean a lot. And if you want to follow me on social media, they're linked in the description below. And I hope you guys have a gay and hipporific day. Bye.